Hello, glad everybody is able to join. If you've got your camera on, I love that. If you don't, if you'll feel comfortable putting your camera on, we'd love to see that too. We want to make this more of a conversation. And so if you all feel comfortable, um, unmute yourself. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you're hoping to get out of this call. We'd love to hear it. And if you want to put it in the chat, you can do that too, whichever you're more comfortable with.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I'm
Good to
sorry,
see you.
I have bad service, so I don't really could put my camera on if that's okay.
No worry, Laura. Good to hear
How
from
are
you. What's
Nice
up?
to see you. I love your fur baby.
This is Hayo.
Hi, yo. My name is Laura, and I've been meaning to start like a journey with working with pets. I have a little senior doggy. She just turned 17 this year, and she's been the most amazing blessing in my life. And we've been through so much, and it's like a healing thing. And I just know that I have this dawn that I don't know, there's like a calling that I love to work with animals. I've done some work with animals like dog walking and stuff like that in the past, but there's like a spiritual connection that I have that I really want to help so many other dogs that I can. And so I see you, I read some stuff about you. So I really want to learn from the ones that have done it and know how to do it and start my journey. That's pretty
That's
much it.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
thank
awesome,
you.
Laura. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And anybody else, we'd love to hear who you are, where you're coming from, and why you're joining the call. And you're welcome to put that in the chat that if you're more comfortable, but love to unmute yourself and just let us know.
Hi, I'm Cindy Winslow. I'm calling from Tampa, Florida area, and I have two senior fur babies off sleeping somewhere, 16 and 3/4 and 16, and have had plenty of recent health things to deal with. And so I'm interested in learning more about what health coaches do and see if that's something that could be in my future.
Awesome, Cindy. Thank you. Appreciate that. And Tayata Harvey is calling in from Powder Springs, Georgia. Adele is driving, so she pulled over to write this. Thank you for taking care of yourself and everyone around you. Oh, that's amazing. So she's using Jinsu Jitsu to work with animals. That's a very interesting technique on acupoints. And yeah, I'm thrilled that holistic work with animals is growing too. Cool. Kelly is finally realizing it's time to follow her instincts and passion for animals. That's amazing, Kelly. And Katie is from Austin, Texas, and she wants to integrate pet coaching into my health coaching business. That's awesome. We have several people that are FDN, functional diagnostic nutrition coaches, and FNTP coaches. So several people from the human side. Who else is out there? Love to hear from you.
Hi, I'm Sammy from the Bronx. How's everybody?
Hey, Sammy from the Bronx, right on.
Yes, so I am a human holistic healer, and I have had fur babies all my life, and then now I have a little fur baby, now a new one because someone stole my other one. So that was traumatizing right off my porch. Yes, my little Shih Tzu. So I have another little one now. She's about 4 now. And I just feel the calling also to work with animals because I'm always working with my animals when they go into distress or any kind of uncomfort, just as if humans that I facilitate. So I feel like this is a good journey for me to join for the fur babies and help heal the fur babies as well.
Right on, Samantha. So glad you're here. Cool.
Thank you.
With pleasure. What else? Who else is joining with us today?
Hi, I'm Kim. I'm in Boston. Hope you can hear me okay.
We got you, Kim.
Good. I come from also the FNTP and the restorative wellness side and heard a recent, well, I don't know how recent it was, but I heard the recording on the podcast with the Clinician's Corner and it blew my mind in several ways. And I've been studying the nutrition side. My first love has always been my pet. And I am very interested to learn how I can help them along with people.
That's amazing. And I'm glad you listened to that. That was a lot of fun. Margaret Berry Floyd is an amazing person. And what she's doing with restorative wellness, just adding on top of FNTP training, is astonishing. And Sophie, you've got a pet care education business. That is super awesome. Teaching people how to become successful pet sitters. And she's got an online course and focusing on training and want to implement holistic care for her clients. That is super cool. Because you all are the first line of defense. People's dogs, their cats on a more frequent basis than the veterinarians ever will. And you see those changes starting from this beautiful, healthy, young 2-year-old dog to a dog that at 4 is starting to look yucky, sick, old, tired, worn out. And that's what we want to prevent. Cool. And anybody else want to introduce themselves? Would love to hear it. And if not, if you don't know me, I'm Dr. Ruth Roberts. This is Hio. She is our travel companion for now. And I am really delighted you are here. Welcoming you guys in is always fun. These webinars are always a delight for me. And now that we're settled in, I want to, first of all, congratulate you for getting on this call, because change is hard. And I think a lot of us are looking for other options right now. The world is in turmoil. Right now, I'm living in Montenegro. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. Things are changing, some for the better, some not so much. And I think many of us feel a sense of dis-ease about dis-ease, not dis-ease, about what's changing in the world. And so this is a way for you to start to think about a way that you can control your life a little bit more. Again, for those of you that don't know me, I'm a slow mad, which means that we travel. My wife and I travel constantly. Mary Jo and I have been traveling since 2018. Io's been traveling with us since 2020. We started out with our cat Pepe and our dog Mona, both of whom have gone on to a different plane of existence, but it's been a ball. And after 34 years in practice, it was really amazing and refreshing to be able to get out on the road and see new heights. So I've been a veterinarian for 34 years. I sold my brick and mortar practice in 2016, but I was trained and certified in veterinary acupuncture, Chinese veterinary herbology, Chinese food therapy, and started studying functional medicine in 2012 and completed the natural animal nutrition class a couple of years ago just to update myself. I stay busy, I stay up to date. The thing that was so frustrating to me is when we started traveling, I started doing one-to-one consults. And what I was hearing over and over again is that people were having a hard time accessing veterinary care. And for many people, this became even worse during COVID. And indeed, I met a little pup named Rosie and her mom Janice in 21, and they really are the impetus for why this program exists. But we started this program in June of 22, and 2 years in, we have 80 graduates. We have 125 students working their way towards certification, and we are enrolling 15 to 20 students a month. And I have to say, this is truly the honor of my career. Now, my goal for this call is to help you understand what the course can do for you, what's included in the course, and then help you determine if becoming a holistic pet health coach actually is the right next step for you. So, out of curiosity, how many of you think that you can't improve the health of dogs and cats without being a veterinarian? And just unmute yourself, sing it out, or put it in the chat, whatever's easiest for you.
What was the question? I'm so sorry.
Not a worry. How many of you think that you can't make a change in the health of dogs and cats without being a veterinarian?
Without, I disagree. I think
if you are not,
okay.
Exactly. Right on,
I
Laura.
think that you
right
can
on.
for sure, 100%. And that's through my own dealings with the veterinarians.
Yeah, I think
Right
I
on.
can do it without them as well.
Yep.
Right on. And the deal is that we still need our vets, right? But we need to be able to offer ourselves and our pet parents other options that they're not going to be able to find at the vet. So, right on. You are absolutely on the mark. You're in the right room. So, really quickly to iterate that point, I want to tell you a little story about Natalie. And if you don't know Natalie, and apologies, my little window is being bizarre again. Natalie is one of my coaches, and in fact, one of our mentors. And there it is. And she started training with us within the last year, apologies, and has just done amazing stuff. She showed she was really an amazing student. She showed us how she could become a really amazing mentor as well. But she hit some problems with her own dog, Jagger. So this is Natalie and Jagger. They She took Jagger in for just a regular routine visit at 10 years of age. She thought he was perfectly healthy. Everything was beautiful. They drew some blood work to check things out. The vet said, yep, Jagger looks super. We're really happy to see how well he's doing. 2 days later, Natalie gets this phone call, and the vet says, there's a problem with Jagger's blood work. His his alkaline phosphatase, is over 3,500. And if you don't have any frame of reference for it, that is an astronomically high number. His ALT, another liver enzyme, also really elevated. And all of his liver enzymes, GGT, the whole 9 yards, just off the charts high. And so Jagger's looking at Natalie, what? I'm fine. What are you talking about? So Natalie comes on to our coaching call, and she's like sharing the labs. We're talking through things. We're trying to figure out what changed, if there was something new. And so she had introduced a couple of things. She was concerned about maybe some essential oils. And then ultimately, it's winter in Wisconsin. The sidewalks are all salted. So she did 3 simple things. She pulled out the things that she was concerned about might be creating a problem. She started washing his feet and finally got some booties for him every time they walked outside. And she had just gotten his Glacier Peaks test and started to change his food and take out the things that could be a problem. What happened 2 weeks later, she went back to the vet, did the ultrasound. Oh my gosh, there's a mass on Jagger's liver. We're going to send you to the oncologist. The mass is this big. She gets to the oncologist. The oncologist said, that's not what's causing this liver enzyme elevation. Natalie says, okay, can we recheck his liver enzymes and see what's going on? And they did that, and already the alkaline phosphatase had dropped by 60% by making those 3 simple changes. Long story short, she goes through several other vet visits, finally decides she needs to find a new vet, finds a veterinarian to work with that just really was very supportive, was helping her with everything. And here we are, almost a year later. Jagger's enzymes are almost down to normal. He is feeling better than he has 4 years ago and has more energy and pep. So I'm here to tell you that if Natalie can do it, you can do it. And that is what I think is mission critical, is that you are out there, you've got the desire, you've got the burning goal to help pets. And my job is to get you the information you need to be able to do that. Are you ready for this life-changing pivot? Are you ready to do something that's going to really change how you feel about yourself, about how you can help pets, and about being the change maker in the world? Because we need those. We need people that stand up and consistently do the right thing because it's the right thing. So if you're with me on that, put your hand up, give me a thumbs up, say yes, hit me in the chat, something fun. Right on, right on. I see a lot of hands up. I'm happy to see that.
Yes.
Right on. So if I was able today to help you learn how to help pets with food, proper supplementation, lifestyle management, coaching clients to help them be better pet parents, and show you exactly where to start and give you my step-by-step guide on course on how to actually do this, Do you believe that's going to take you from where you are now to being a certified holistic pet health coach and being able to serve pet parents at a higher level? Does that make sense? Yes.
Yes.
Quinn, I love it. Right on, right on. Cool. So here's a couple of other things I want to talk with you about too. I started out talking about Janice and Rosie. Now, they, as I said, they are the reason for this course. And what happened is, and I'm sorry, my screen is doing weird stuff, so apologies. What happened is Janice and Rosie showed up in my life as consultation clients. And Rosie is this 15-year-old West Highland White Terrier. Beautiful dog. She had a litany of woes, but her mom, Janice, was doing an amazing job of taking care of Rosie. And here she is. She had an internal medicine specialist. She had a regular veterinarian. She had me. She had a massage therapist. She had a whole care team going on. Janice takes Rosie in for her regular appointment, and the internal medicine specialist is looking at Rosie's lab work, and she says, Janice, I'm afraid there's nothing else we can do for Rosie. And really, I think you need to start considering a euthanasia for her. And Janice is flabbergasted because Rosie is looking, feeling, walking, doing all the same things she was doing a month ago. And so she asked the internist, what do you mean? What? I don't understand what you're talking about. And she says, Janice, there's just nothing else I can do for you. And so Janice shakes her head, asks for a copy of the lab work, takes Rosie out to the car after paying her bill, looks at Rosie and says, there's got to be somebody else that can help us. She gets in the car, she looks at the lab work. Rosie's creatinine is increased by exactly 0.1, and she is in advanced kidney disease, but that's why the internist cut them loose. The other part of the story is that I was able to help Janice find somebody else in her area to support her, get a better care plan together, and Rosie lived another year. But this is why I did this program, because there are so many Janices and Rosies out there that are not getting that support. And this is why I want you all to be in this program so that you can become the support, because they need you. So Gandhi said, he didn't say, be the change you want to see in the world. What he actually said is, we but mirror the world. All the tendencies present in the outer world are found in the world of our body. If we could change ourselves, then the tendencies in the world would also change. As a person changes their own nature, so does the attitude of the world change towards them. And that is exactly what we need to do in this world. We need to show people that we're going to do this because we know it is the right thing to do, and keep doing it even when it's tough. So it's a lot of stuff going on out there, but you're here because you want to make a difference, and my job is to help you do that. So I want to show you a little bit about what you're going to see on the inside of the course. And when you jump into it, this is Circle, our platform. The really cool thing is that the course lives here, but also our community lives here. And so any of the events that we've got going on for the coaches, for pet parents, we've got a free area for pet parents to come in and get help, some information for the crock pet diet. You'll come in to see this feed, basically, with all of the events that we've got going on. Melissa Natanson is one of our certified coaches. She does a weekly coaches collab where she talks with another one of our coaches. She was a news anchor in Los Angeles for a long time. So we've got people with really a myriad of different backgrounds. And then once you get into the program, you're going to see the course looking like this. We've got 14 modules. there is at least 2 to 3 hours of video recordings within each module set up into different units. And then each of the modules has a workbook for you to download, a transcript for each of the modules, because we all learn differently, video recordings, audio recordings. We then have a multiple choice quiz, and then a way for you to submit your homework. So the first 2 modules we do because everybody hates them the most, and that's getting the tech pulled together to do this. And then the second is to get you to actually start thinking about your business. And this part is something we want you to keep simmering in the back of your mind as you go through the course. And then we start into the health material. So integrative medicine, functional medicine, TCBM theory, all of the information you're going to need to get some basic grasp on some of the basic concepts. Then we walk into food. I teach traditional Chinese veterinary medicine, which says cooked food is the best way to go because it supports the spleen and healing the best. So we walk through that, healing the gut, working on liver support, kidney support, endocrine support. And then we've got another module on business logistics, because really when you hit this 5th module in the gut, this is when we want you to start working with clients to help change their pets over to fresh food. We want you to start working with folks early on so you get the skills. You can use the coaching calls, your mentor calls to really help you drill through. So we go through all of these modules, then skin, musculoskeletal, brain behavior, neurological and emotions, cancer, and then autoimmune disease, and then some information on self-care as well, because we're in contact with people that have a lot of stuff going on. And then our final exams are literally 2 case consultations where you're making a video recording of your meeting with clients. And what we know when you do this, and your homework, which is much of which is also video recorded, is that you're able to communicate all of this information effectively, clearly, and cohesively to your clients so they know what to do next. So the other thing I want you to be aware of is that, again, I mentioned there is a community within there. So there is boards on meeting with clients, questions for me, victories and wins of others in the group, and then the support that the coaches and the students are giving each other, and what your mentor is able to give you as well. We try to keep everybody's energy up so that they're staying present, staying on task. And I think that's been one of the most amazing things about this program, is the community that is created. It is very non-judgmental. People approach things from many different ways, but they're doing it in a way that is easy and non-judgmental, and we learn from each other this way. So we've got a couple of our coaches on with us today, and I failed to introduce everybody that's here. Delora DeVore is here, our director for the program. She was one of the first coaches that graduated. She's also an FNTP person. And then Melissa Cohen's here, Beth Renciar is here. Melissa, if you wouldn't mind unmuting yourself and talking a little bit about your experience in the course and why you got into it.
Oh, sure. I adopted a dog back in 2010 who had liver issues and kidney issues. And so that kind of started me down the path of getting away from kibble. I put him on a raw diet to help with his kidneys, keep the moisture up. And as things progressed, he ended up in renal failure. And I started working with a holistic vet and got him on an herbal tincture that she had put together. And we probably got another 2 years out of him that normally we wouldn't have gotten, right? When they go into renal failure, you typically lose them within 6 to 8 months. And around that time that we lost him was when the whole big thing with the pet food industry was starting to blow up about the kibble and dogs getting very sick and so on and so forth. And so through a Facebook group, I actually found somebody had mentioned Dr. Roberts' course. And then so I started looking into it from there. And I had another dog that had seizures, and just trying to keep them healthy and doing the best that I could for them. Unfortunately, they've both since passed, but in June, I started this course. I recently graduated in October, and I have an 8.5-year-old mixed breed dog. We basically immediately started cooking through the crock pet diet, using the ingredients and switching things up here and there. And my 8-year-old bounces to her food dish. She is running around more than she ever has in the 8 years that we've had her. She is not shedding nearly as much. She had surgery on Monday to remove a mass. And this mass, unfortunately, we found out was underneath the muscle tissue. And we're 2 days past surgery. She's already walking without pain, really. She's not showing any signs of pain. She's going up and down small steps, just to get her outside. And then last night she crawled up on the couch. So I know we did not encourage it. Trust me, we're trying to keep her as calm as possible. But I really believe that everything that I've learned and everything that we've made changes for our dogs has helped her recovery, has helped our dogs stay healthy. We've not had any kind of issues. They're happier, they're more energetic. And so that's where I ended up coming into all this. And now I've got friends that have dogs that have allergies and so on and so forth. And I have this soapbox thing now, because every time I talk to somebody and they start telling me my dog's itchy or my dog's this or my dog, so what are you feeding them? And that's like my first question. And I'll preface everything else by, okay, look, I'm going to throw a lot of things at you. And if you don't want to hear it, that's fine. But this is what you should be doing to help your pets be happy, be healthy, and thrive. Not just survive, but actually thrive.
Thanks, Melissa. And that is the key word, right? And on the human side, we've gone from talking about extending our lifespan to extending our health span. And that's exactly the goal for this program as well. It's the old joke is I didn't drink and I ate all my vegetables and all of that, and that got me an extra 3 years in the nursing home. That's not what we want. We want these guys out there having a good time to their best of their abilities, even if it's just sniff walks. And that's where Hio is in her life. She goes on about 5 or 6 scratch and sniff walks every day. They're short, but it's what she can do. She enjoys it so much. And she's able to do that on a regular basis. And she's, I don't know, somewhere between 13 and 16. We're not really sure, but so she's getting up there for sure. But that's exactly it. What can we do to help these guys feel better for longer? We're getting into the good stuff. And I know education is expensive. If you wanted to go to vet tech school, for instance, I think the tuition is going to rack up somewhere around $30,000. If you wanted to go to veterinary school, most of these kids are walking out with somewhere between a minimum of $200,000 to almost $500,000 in debt every year. And it is every time they graduate. And I don't know how they're doing it. So this is not an inexpensive program. It is indeed approved for 40 CE credits for veterinarians and veterinary technicians. So it's not a walk in the park program. And our goal is to really give you the level of education that you need and the ability to think critically through it so that you can make a big impact for pets and be certain that what you're doing is going to create benefit and not harm. But the deal is that this certification program is unique compared to many others because once you finish the program, they drop you off at the curb and say, have a good time with that. And that's not what we do. We have an ongoing community. We support you all the way through the course. We have, as I've mentioned several times, we have mentors that will be there to support you in your learning process. And you've got me as well. After the course, we have the International Holistic Pet Health Coach Association, which is a really vibrant community with ongoing support. We have continuing education speakers come in at least once a month and often 2 or 3 because we've got so many partners that want to support our mission. Also, having said that, because of these partners, we have so many affiliate options with brands that you are familiar with and that you like. We actually got full script. If you're on the human side, you know what that is. If you've worked with a human doctor, ND functional medicine doc, health coach, what have you. This is one of the largest dispensing platforms for supplements on the human side. They have recognized holistic pet health coaches as a profession. And as a result, when you finish and go to apply with them, you upload your degree and you will have a professional account, which gives you 35% off all of their products. Now, so how much does it cost? The program itself is $6,000. We do offer a couple of bonuses and offers. So if you pay in full, it's $1,000 off right off the rip. And if you take action before midnight Pacific tonight, and Rana, our sales counselor, who I forgot to introduce earlier, is going to drop a link in there, we will give you an additional $750 off, and you will get 6 months of free access to the International Holistic Pet Health Coach Association. We're also offering a 2-hour Getting Started with Social Media masterclass on Saturday, December 14th. This is critical because in today's world, if you have no clue how to deal with social media, it really gets messy fast. Does that make sense so far? Everybody grooving on it? What I would do is, if Rona hasn't dropped that in yet, there you go. She's got that in there. If you are ready, what we're asking you to do is make a commitment of $49 to show us, yep, I'm committed. What that will do is then get you the opportunity to book a call with Rana, and then she can go through all of the other nuts and bolts of the program itself. We do have some financing options available as well, but this is where she can really help tailor what you need to make this work for you. So if this is making sense for you, I really want you to click on that link, sign up. Let me know when you've signed up so we can welcome you into the community. We love our students. They give me so much juice, and we really want you to be in here with us, raising all of us up. So while you're looking at that, I mentioned that in the course, there are 14 modules. There are business building modules through the course as well as after the course. In the Postgraduate Association, we have weekly business building meetings when Dr. Linda Loudon is working with us to support people. We have co-working sessions. We've got speakers that come in. And again, there is a mentor that will support you. The mentor will walk you through how to set up the tech if you're having troubles with that. And what I mean by that is, like, how do I do Zoom? How do I do Calendly? How do I do all these bits and pieces that I'm going to need to do an online business? And then they will do a consultation with you so that you understand that process. And then you will have the opportunity to do office hours with them on a twice a week. So they have 2 hours of office hours available, and you also have the community. You can ask questions. Other coaches will jump in. I'll answer questions in circle. And then every Monday we have coaching calls. So we have 2 hours available to graduates and students, and actually 3 hours total available to everybody. And it's been awesome because the grads will come in and talk about course cases that they're working on. So you get an idea about the thought process. And then we'll work through patient intake firms to help you start getting your mind thinking about what's going to be important for you to do. So my goal with this is to take you from being frustrated about pet health and get you to be part of the solution. Now, I see several questions that are popping up in here, so let me scroll back and hit this. And Ruth, you have, unfortunately, you're absolutely right. We are a litigious society, and we have partnered with Alternative Balance, and they are able to offer liability insurance and also cyber insurance. So I think that's amazing. And it's really inexpensive. It's less than $300 a year. And Kim, the program itself is actually designed to be over 4 months, but you have an extra month to finish everything because it gets overwhelming out there. we drip the content out on a weekly basis so that you stay focused. We need you to get your homework turned in so it's not piling up on all of us at the end of of your 16 weeks. And excuse me, Quinn, amazing. You're ready to jump in with both feet. That's awesome. And the certificate you're getting is one that we've created for you. You have a digital version of it that you can share on your social media profiles, LinkedIn, and it is accredited for veterinarians and veterinary technician for CE credits. And I am working with several other coaching associations to receive accreditation from them as well. Right now, I'm the one that's saying you've passed your course, but know that it is based on what the continuing education group requires for vets and vet techs. And Laura, you've got your hand up, unmute and fire away.
Okay, thank you. I think you answered the question regarding the accreditation. So once we finish, the credits are what again? Meaning like a part of the veterinary school or vet tech? Is that what it is?
Nope, the CE credits are for veterinarians and veterinary technicians only. But what you do receive is a certificate, and it's with the backing of our organization. And again, I'm working with several human health coaching organizations to get them to, because they are internationally recognized organizations, to accredit us as well.
Okay. And just another quick question. I'm also into like animal healing. Do you know, touch upon something like that? Animal healing care in the modules or no?
What do you mean by that exactly?
Just like healing. Like I'm into like Reiki energy, and so I would love to maybe incorporate that into like because with my own little pet, she dealt with something, and I know that part of her healing and her treatment was part of the energy like flow of everything. So do you guys do that on the modules or no?
That is not part of our training, but we do have many coaches that are certified Reiki masters, do other modalities of energy healing. We have several coaches that are animal communicators, so they would be your resource in terms of where to go for best options for training.
Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
With pleasure. Right on. Cool. And Jennifer, yeah, this is driving me bananas. There's something called the Royal Certified Masterclass that's advertising for animal naturopaths, holistic pet coaching, all of this stuff. And it's a $97 course. And I'm thinking, how are they doing this? Because it sounds right. It sounds exactly like what we're doing. So I bought it, and it's basically 120 PDFs with no author, no evidence of who's written this. And really, it looks like an AI course. There are a ton of stuff out there. Some of it's good, some of it's not so good. I think you need to really look at who's doing the course. Have they been around? Do they have good reviews from students? Like the sales page for the Royal Certified classes, it's totally bogus faculty, and also the testimonials are for some other course. So I think you have to really look at things carefully until you understand what is being offered here and whether this is a legit offer, not a legit offer. Right on. And Cindy, what's the failure rate? There are many people here that have absolutely no medical background either. Many of the folks that have, like Melissa that was speaking earlier, she works in IT. This is not her gig. Many people are dog groomers, pet sitters, dog walkers, dog trainers, accountants, so of all walks of lives. So we make it so that you are able to succeed. You may have to study quite a bit harder than, say, somebody that has a medical background. But if you're persistent and you show up, ask questions in the community platform, you will get the support you need to get through this. And yes, we have had a couple of human nurses come through. In fact, Kara Hanrahan is a certified nurse practitioner. She's been working in the ICU of the transplant wing in Stanford. So we've got folks literally from all walks of life that are doing this. And there are tests, there are quizzes after each module, and then the homework includes some written material and then some short videos, like 5 minutes. And the reason we do this is, again, when we want to make sure that when you finish this course, you are confident, you are competent, and you also are able to relay information clearly and without any hesitation. So I think that type of training is critical because a lot of us are not accustomed to answering things on the spot, and it gets a little overwhelming sometimes. Victoria's asking, do the health coaches have issues with people questioning their credibility? And yes, that does happen. But I think if we compare ourselves to human health coaching, that still happens to some degree. But in the 80s, when this was a brand new profession, people were like, what? You're what? And now this is a $7 billion industry, and human health coaches have been able to help people understand the changes they need to make in their life in terms of food, diet, exercise, spirituality, mindfulness, all of those things. And that is the goal. So we are a very young profession, and we are definitely growing. What else? What other questions have you guys got? And again, please feel free to raise your hand, unmute yourself, whatever's easiest for you. And Kim, that's a great one. How do clients find you? There's a couple of ways. One is we have a referral page on our website where you can go click find a coach. And also we have a Facebook group of 54,000 pet parents where you can start helping pet parents with a little information, invite them to come and visit with you and all of that. Many of our industry partners like Glacier Peaks, CBD Dog Health, will have referral pages on their sites as well. So do Innovative Pet Labs. So there's a myriad of information out there. Let's see, I think Beth Crinciar just popped back in. Beth, I don't know if you're in a place with stable service or not, but Beth is another one of our graduates who is adding this on to her existing business. She may or may not have enough service to jump in. I think
I might be able to if I sit in one spot. Hi. Yeah, I just came back in because I thought, and now I'm back. I'll be quick. This course is amazing. I can't say enough about it. It's just from start to finish. It's been a great thing to tie in all my other stuff. I started as a positive trainer. I teach canine, feline CPR and first aid. What else do I do? I've been working in rescue for years, and all along the way, I've been finding the value of food, fresh feeding, limited vaccines, the whole nine yards. And all the dogs that I fostered over the years, I've been able to apply so much of this knowledge, just making them healthier and just getting off a kibble and just seeing the transformation just by a diet change alone, especially behaviorally, has been so exciting. Our friend actually this program I put together, so I have to give those of us that have been doing this for a long time early, because so many people believe that the only way is through potential veterinary medicine, and the only way is to follow and train a dog. So just using a more positive approach and getting to meet. I have a friend who's an animal communicator, but meeting all the girls in the group that are also communicators, they've been helpful. Learning to ask the animals you have any kind of question that you can answer. I found that so incredibly helpful on the way, and learning all the different tools that are available. There's so many people in our group that come to us with a broad range of modalities, that whether it's massage, acupuncture, you name it, it's in the group. And the best part is, with all the affiliate work we are able to do, and also all the people that Dr. Ruth knows and all the people that other people in the group have brought in, we learned so much from all these 3D pets who are invading the way for prosthetics. And I wouldn't have been able to learn all this and get to know all these things that are available outside of conventional veterinary medicine without this group. So I can't recommend it enough. It's been fantastic. We did our inaugural event this year where all the coaches got to come together and meet each other for the first time and meet Dr. Ruth in person if they hadn't already. And I was given the privilege of speaking at it. So that was really cool.
And I think we lost her again. Yeah. And that's the other thing that was fun. We had our first live meeting in Chicago this year in September, and it was a ball because we finally got to meet each other. It's one thing to know somebody over Zoom for years and years, but it was amazing to meet everybody in person. We had a group of pet parents show up afterwards for some additional talking topics, and it was a marvelous day. Quinn's asking, is the course content updated? Constantly. It's as we learn more, as we add in different bits and pieces on different modalities like mushroom, CBD, cannabis, that kind of stuff. We're adding content to the course on a regular basis. And then also for the postgrads at the International Holistic Pet Health Coaching Association, they are able to hear a speaker from one of our industry partners of somebody that's doing something really cool in pet health on a regular basis. And the mentors are indeed graduate coaches. So they're helping you learn that way. There are any other questions out there? What else can I help you all with? Laura, go for it.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm just this is amazing, by the way. This is great motivation for me. And so I just want to know, what would you say would be the hardest thing to transition people? Because with my family and my friends, I try to help them as much as I can, but they're so into, oh no, the vet knows the best. And clearly their dog or animal is getting worse and worse. So could you maybe see or help me figure out the best way to let them know, hey, you should try this, because they're so stuck in what the vet says, you know what I mean? And go into a holistic way.
Yeah, it's a hard thing, right? Because you learn all this stuff in the course and you're like, oh, you can do this and this and this and this. And they're looking at you with their eyes glazed over. And when I started doing integrative practice and acupuncture and all that stuff, I had my clients looking at me like that. And so basically you got to learn how to meet them where they stand. And maybe all they can do that first week is add some frozen vegetables to the kibble. And if they do, that's still a win for the dog. And so you have to just offer things slowly to the point that they can handle them and start to incorporate them. Because we're all so overwhelmed right now. We all spend all this time on social media, Googling stuff, looking at Facebook groups, all of that. It's overwhelming. And the thing that seems to help a lot of the coaches is, how's that working for you? Is what the vet's been saying, is that working? Are you seeing your dog get better? And if not, then maybe try this one thing. And so this is the deal, is that you have to be very gentle and let people come to it in their own time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And it is. This is the art of practice, is learning how to support someone at the level at which they can handle the support, so to speak. Anything else, y'all? Any other questions? You got it, sing out. One of the big concerns a lot of people have is, how much time is this going to take me? And if you can commit 5 to 10 hours a week, you will get through this program on time. If you know that you are a slow learner, you may need 12 to 15 hours a week. But if you can figure out how to program that into your weekly schedule, if you're at that 12, you need 12 hours a week to complete a module and get your homework done, then that's 2 hours a day, basically, to get through this program. And if you break it down into small enough chunks, everything can be doable. The other key thing is this. If we don't start doing this, there are so many Janices and Rosies out there that will suffer. And so it does take some time commitment, and it is difficult to carve out time from our already crazy hectic lives. But I'm certain if you sit down and think it through, that you will figure out how to do that. The most successful students literally did that. They carved out 2 hours a day on their calendars, and they would take Saturday or Sunday off to make sure that they had enough time to hang with their families, with their friends. And then we've had other people that I don't know if they just didn't sleep or what exactly, but they went through all the course materials, all the recorded coaching calls in 7 weeks. Just crazy. So it just depends on what your motivation is and your time available. Now, again, this is not an inexpensive program, but because we are providing you with so much support through the mentors and through the coaching calls and through all of the work we're doing to keep the program updated, I think what you're going to find is that it is indeed one of the best investments you can make into changing your career. And if you can follow directions and make that commitment to taking 2 actions a day, and then you're able to get through this course and really excel in it and start implementing it and attracting clients. And some of you are afraid that you're going to mess up and hurt a pet. And be assured that everything we're teaching are things that will not create harm but benefit. And you're going to know your worst case scenario may be some diarrhea, but you're going to know how to head that off at the pass and go from there. There's a couple of other questions popping up. Cindy, the $49 is literally a deposit to say you're committed. And what that does is get you next into a call with Rana so she can walk through what your options are in terms of financing. If you need that, somebody else asked if she can't find financing, is it refundable? Yes, it is. But we want you to get committed and into the program. And yes, Melissa, we mentioned FullScript. Again, FullScript is a supplement dispensing platform. So we teach you how to use food, how to use some tests, and then also supplements that are effective for particular conditions, along with dosing strategies. So you have all of this information available for you. And then Cindy's asking if you're able to pause the program. We don't, except in really extreme conditions. Everybody has stuff come up in their lives. And so we ask that when you start the program, that you are able to commit to getting it done within that 5-month period of time. And Noelle, this program is available on a rolling enrollment basis, meaning when you are ready, it's here for you. But if you don't make the commitment before tonight, then you will miss out on the $750 discount, 6 months of International Holistic Pet Health Coach Association, and the 2-hour Getting Started with Social Media Masterclass on December 14th. So I hope this is making sense. Y'all are asking amazing questions. And I am asking you to make a big commitment and to make a big change in your life. But honestly, this is an opportunity for you to change where you are, what you're doing, and to start making change for the good. If Rosie and Janice hadn't inspired me to create this program, where would we be? If Natalie hadn't taken the course, where would Jagger be? So her vet wanted to do Cushing's tests and all this stuff and liver biopsies and cut the tumor out of the liver. And Natalie kept saying, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you, because she knew and she had the support to make a different set of decisions. So as we are coming towards the top of the hour, if you've got more questions, sing them out. Let me know what else we can help you with to help get you off the fence, to move you forward. And we'll take it from there. So remember, you get the entire course, which you'll have unlimited access to, and you will get access to your mentor 2 hours. They have office hours 2 hours a week. You will have coaching calls 3 hours a week are available. We start at 6 a.m. Pacific, and then they're spaced through the day. And then you get the community which is incredibly invaluable. The support there is remarkable. And Laura, that's exactly it. If you commit tonight, that $49 deposit, this secures the discounts that I just mentioned. And again, $750 discount off the course, 6 months of International Holistic Pet Health Coach Association, and the 2-hour Getting Started in Social Media workshop. All right. Anything else, y'all? Thank you for coming and spending time with us today. I really appreciate it. I know we are all incredibly busy, and I'm so happy you're here because you want to make a difference in this world. And this is what we need right now is people that have that attitude that they can indeed be the change maker for those around us in their communities and across the world. Some of our coaches are literally working with people in India, in the EU, the UK. We do have coaches in the UK, in Estonia, in El Salvador. So thank you all for coming. Grab that link that Rana has dropped because we do, if you want to take advantage of those bonuses, I think you'll need that to make that commitment by midnight Pacific. All right. Thanks much, you all. Take good care, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.